The Tempest is the old classic bass boat prop. It's been around for a number of years. There's been a few props like Fury 4 that have came out that claim to be better, at least in some areas, than the Tempest. But today, we're gonna take the Tempest out on the water, talk about some of its performance, where it's good, where it's bad, and do some on the water testing to see if that holds true. So when it comes to the performance of this Tempest, it is a very fast prop, especially with a load. Like the Fury, some of those other ones will be faster with a light load, but if you got your boat loaded down, this Tempest is gonna carry that weight a lot better. So with a heavy load, it's probably gonna be the fastest prop you can get, at least, in general for bass boats. So now let's talk about the on the water testing on this prop. So all of the testing I did, I simulated a full tournament load, so I didn't have a passenger with me, but I had full live wells, a full tank of gas, and that's gonna be pretty close to the weight that's gonna be in the boat at takeoff on tournament morning. Also, when you're out running the boat hard, I definitely had my life jacket and kill switch hooked up. You always wanna be safe when you're running the boat hard. Accidents happen really fast. So for the speed testing, in my 21-foot Triton, it's 2004 model with a 250 Mercury Pro XS Optimax, I was able to hit 72 miles an hour with that full tournament load. If I were to watch the weight in the boat, I could definitely get, a few more miles an hour out of it. But overall, lower 70s is gonna be pretty solid. Like that's plenty fast. That'll get you to the fish, and not gonna be a whole lot of people going faster than that. So although this prop can be pretty fast, especially with a load, whenever it comes to hole shot, it isn't gonna be the best. Those 4 blades are gonna be better. The Fury 3 is probably gonna be better. Although I've been on some boats with Tempest that absolutely jump out of the hole, they're super quick, but most of the time the Tempest isn't gonna be the best for hole shot for you. For the hole shot test on this prop, when you give it gas, it doesn't just rev up super fast like it does with some of those 4 blades. And part of the reason for that is the vent plugs that are inside of the prop. So when I open up the vent plugs on this Tempest prop, it would over rev as it was breaking over onto plane. So that was why I had to plug some of the holes up, and that's part of the reason the hole shot isn't as great for me with this prop. I'm not sure if that's normal for all Tempest props or if that's just with my motor boat prop combination, but that's what I've seen with it. When it comes to handling, the Tempest probably isn't gonna be the best either. Once again, those 4 blades are gonna be better, more than likely. It's different from boat to boat on all this stuff, but more than likely the Tempest is not gonna be the best handling prop, especially at speeds. And I have trouble with my Tempest when I'm cornering at low speeds. It likes to blow out, and then basically you just have to come down to a stop and then retake off because I can't keep going because the RPMs just spin up over where it's supposed to be. So just got done running the Tempest prop, and overall the handling, I can turn at full speed just a little bit. It definitely gets sketchy. You kind of have to work the wheel a little bit. It starts to want to chine walk a little bit, and mid-speed handling isn't bad. You can definitely cut the wheel. But you can tell at the end there, I cut it too far, which is probably gonna happen with any prop. I cut it too far and the boat just shot to the right or to the left. And you definitely want to avoid that. That was more than the prop could do for sure. I'm not gonna push every prop that far, that's for sure. So I also did a fuel economy test with this prop. So to do this, I basically had it at full trim, running 50 miles an hour, and read the gallons per hour usage off of my gauge. So then just calculate that into miles per gallon, and it came out to be like right around 3.28 miles per gallon, which is pretty, that's about what you're gonna get. It's pretty good. I would guess the 3-blade prop with bow lift is gonna get better fuel economy than the others, but I haven't done the other calculations yet, so check out the other videos to see how it compares there. When you're setting up a boat with a Tempest, a good starting point for the prop height is right around like 2.5 inches below the pad. That's where a lot of the Tempest will like to run. But of course, if you really want to optimize performance, you have to mess around with that, do some tests to see where your boat, because it varies depending on your boat, jack plate, all kinds of different stuff. You really have to kind of mess around with it to really determine where the prop on your boat really likes to run. One advantage of a Tempest, it's the best about not wanting to throw blades. So the blades will break off on props sometimes when you're just running down. You don't hit anything, you're just running down the lake, the blade breaks off. Obviously that prop no longer works at that point, it's not balanced. You can't really go anywhere. Some props are really bad about it. The Tempests don't really do that, so it's not really an issue. That's a good way to run a day efficient, and also you don't really want your $800,000, $1,000 prop to just break an ear off and have to buy a new one. It gets expensive pretty quick. Anyway, hope you all found this video to be helpful. I know I enjoyed testing these props. It's a learning experience for my boat. Hopefully, similar things would happen with your boat. I'm also doing some videos for other props, so one of those will probably be linked right here once one of those is posted. And if not, be sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you all don't miss all those future videos. Thank you all.